I've been looking for this tree longer than anybody. I've tracked the legend to every village, every island. Nothing. You're searching for something that can't be found.
But you've never had the key.
Okay, because this is a movie with cheesy jokes and cheesy puns, I'm going to ask a really cheesy question to get things started.
Love it.
There's a cockatoo in this movie.
Hello. Yeah?
Or three.
Yeah?
Boom, here we go.
That was good!
Oh, that was bad.
Oh, that's the first joke you've done well.
Really?
Okay,
Wow.
yeah, that was good.
A cock or three. Who would have known?
That
That's
was
the
good.
best pun ever. That's
good.
fantastic. Well, I'm talking about Rosita, that particular cockatoo from
Frank
the film.
owes me money.
Frank owes
Frank
me
owes me
money.
money. So the cockatoo repeats the phrase that the cockatoo hears the most, which is
Yeah.
Frank owes me money. If you each had a cockatoo on your shoulder for a day, what phrase do you think we would hear the most coming out of you? What do you think Rosita would repeat?
I need a
God, I'm
protein
sexy.
shake.
What would yours say?
Don't. What would mine say? I need to pee. I hear myself say that all the time.
Yes.
I need to pee.
Yes.
Right?
It's an announcement. It's always.
And it's very
I
loud.
need to pee.
Is that all right? I need to pee.
Yeah.
I hear myself saying that a lot.
The
Jack,
politeness
what would
comes
you
out
say?
of it.
Come on, I see you stewing. Those
The
blue eyes are like,
Early bird gets the gains.
gets the game.
It's the gains.
6 every day.
Not only is that good.
Really?
Yeah.
You say that every day?
Yep.
Yeah.
Every
Can
day.
you not tell from his physique?
Yes.
Yes.
How do I top that? I don't know. I think the opposite is like I want to take a nap. I want to take a nap.
Yes.
I want to take a nap. Yeah.
Okay, I
I'm a
love
big
it.
napper. It's one of
Thank
my
you, Edgar,
biggest
for
talents.
God's
Get
sake.
back around
Okay,
Give
I'm
me
going to
it
be a
back.
little bit more corny. I decided to be even more corny.
God.
You are known for your one eyebrow raise. I want to know if the rest of the cast can do a one eyebrow raise.
Oh.
Emily's like quite a
That
lot
was
of
good.
Botox.
Can you imagine it just doesn't move? I'm like, am I raising my eyebrows? I can do both. Is that one?
That's good.
That was great.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Jack.
Jack.
Oh, wow.
Got that sexy eyebrow.
Very.
That was very nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
he's
I
still
think
going.
You now have a biting of the lip. Is that the new one eyebrow
That's
raise?
the
God,
one,
no.
definitely, absolutely.
Please, God, no.
People's lip.
No, and it's, do not go into a wide mansplain as you do it. Your legs splayed as you did it.
Hey. Oh, God.
Just pop that cockatoo away.
Cockatoo away.
Cock a three.
So I know that you all went to Dwayne's gym. It was very rarefied air that you were in because not very many people have been invited into the
Very
gym
true.
before.
No one gets invited.
How did that
to the Iron
happen?
Paradise?
I invited
She invited
myself.
herself.
Okay.
Is that what happened?
Okay.
I invited
And then Jack
myself.
invited himself
one.
too.
Plus one.
I wasn't around.
Edgar
wasn't
was
around.
at yes. He was
Okay.
still traveling in at that time.
Exactly.
But Jack is quite focused on his glutes, and so
Okay.
he was impressed with how many glute machines there were in
Yeah,
there.
I really just focus on the glutes. I've let everything else completely fall by the
That's why
wayside
he's
just to
sitting.
focus on the
That's
glutes.
actually why he's sitting so high. Is
Yeah,
that,
I can't sit in the front because if I tense my glutes, you wouldn't be able to see the rest of the cast.
yeah.
But for those of us that will
true.
never be invited in, what is it like?
It's actually really serene and
Yeah.
beautiful
Is it?
and
Oh.
vast and very clean. And he always knew when I'd been in there because I'm not very.
Just left everywhere. Baby
It's
weights
just-
left everywhere. Like
and
little
like nothing wiped down.
nothing sweat everywhere.
Chalk and sweat, and he was like, "Do you clean up? Like,
Yeah,
what's
no.
your issue?" Yeah.
So but the truth is, she did. She invited herself, and she said, "Hey, can I come over and work out at the gym?" And
you were a
I was
gentleman?
like, "Sure."
Do you know my
Absolutely.
favorite thing is that he has this kind of motivation blackboard that he writes stuff on, and I would leave him the most appalling messages for him to walk into
Most inappropriate.
and draw the most inappropriate things
Where I
on
have
this
to
board.
stare
and then,
at it and go, "What
What
is that?"
is that?
Like
and then
cockatoos?
Cockatrees.
like a
and it was like,
cockathree. Listen, a cockathree, and it's like, and it was great.
she drew this hairy donut, and I was like, "What is that?" I'll tell her.
What's a hairy donut?
I mean, you
Jack
tell,
will show you
yeah,
later.
you explain.
I don't even know what a hairy donut
Everything
is.
between the glutes.
It's between the glutes.
Oh no.
I'm going to ask you all to play Imagineer for a second. We know that this is a famous Disney ride. It turned into a movie. I want you all to choose something you've done in your careers, either a series or a film, that you think would make a cool ride at Disney.
I feel Edge of Tomorrow would make a very cool ride. With the mimics, and you have to avoid the mimics, and maybe you're on like a roller coaster, and it feels like you're going to get your head spliced off with a mimic, but you're not. And then Tom Cruise is there.
Personal friend.
Personal friend. To kind of greet you
Right.
as you get off the ride, but
I
in
like that.
person.
That's good.
I like it.
Yeah.
In person.
Tom will be there in person. You heard it here.
What about you guys?
Edgar?
Wow. Actually, it was. Point Break. Yeah, exactly.
Break is good.
Yeah, Point Break. No, absolutely, yeah. Point Break. I mean, and with all the, the snowboarding, the surfing, the proximity flight, that would be incredible to do.
That's
to
cool.
have that there, and yeah.
What are you
that would
stewing
be-
on? What would you do?
Well, maybe Frozen. Obviously, I was in Frozen, so.
No.
there's
Do
a lot
tell
of-
us about
You
that.
weren't in Frozen.
Yeah, but I could be part of that ride. I could just be there, not speaking.
You can be frozen.
Just sort of there.
You can
just to
literally be
make up the
frozen?
numbers. I'll just
Yeah.
be frozen there, dressed
Yeah.
as a big fat troll, but not saying anything.
Great.
Either that, or maybe travels with my father, which could be like Jungle Cruise, except you're trapped on the boat with a very rude geriatric Englishman.
Great. What about you?
Me.
Yeah.
Movies I've done, Manchurian Candidate, I think.
Oh, wow.
I don't think you were in that.
No?
movie.
That wasn't me?
Harry Potter.
Yeah, you
Harry
were great
Potter,
in
I
that.
think.
Harry Potter.
Probably.
Harry Bottom.
Harry Bottom. We gotta think.
You need to make that movie.
That's a hairy
Gosh.
donut.
Yes, that's a hairy donut. Got it. Now I
That's the
understand.
message.
So the sets in this film are unbelievable. I know that there was a set actually built in Kauai, pretty close to your home
There
for
was.
this.
Yeah.
First of all, just sort of like the scope of walking into those sets, and then after that, I have an idea for you, Dwayne.
Okay.
But just to talk about a little bit about the scope of it all.
Sure, the scope and the scale of these sets were spectacular. We wanted to create as much practicality as we possibly could. We shot in Kauai, the majority of our movie. Then we moved our entire production to sound stages in Georgia. And we were on thousands and thousands of acres where our designers just built these spectacular buildings and sets. The beginning of Jungle Cruise is not CGI. That is real
Right.
sets down on the Amazon, and there was a beautiful reservoir down there. So we really wanted to make sure that the sets and the scale of our movie reflected that of the ride.
And so here's my idea.
Okay.
You are like the next Walt Disney. You already have the set there. You love Hawaii. Next theme park in Hawaii. Build it around that.
Great idea.
Do we like it?
We
You
like
could have
that
a
idea.
fountain with Terramana tequila. As you walk in, you could have cheap
It's the
meals
fountain
served
of
everywhere
youth.
around the park. What do we think about this
Wow,
idea?
that's a great idea.
Do I get a cut?
You do well. We'll talk off camera.
Okay. Do we like this idea?
great idea.
We love
Would
that
you
idea.
go?
I'll run the donut stall.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a great idea.
I want to talk about the kiss in this movie, and that is
White
what
hot, right?
it was really hot.
White hot.
It was super
Sloppy.
hot.
It got a big applause.
No, I heard
Jack
though.
hated it. He said it was like watching his parents kiss by the end. He was so mortified. by
I
the whole
loved
thing.
Yeah, it was a very.
Thanks, Edgar.
Because on the big screen it was amazing, and that
Yeah,
was
but in the
incredible.
flesh-
Not in person?
In the world
A
premiere,
horror show.
everyone cheered, and you were so invested, and it was beautiful. But
Yeah.
just on set, because we'd grown so close, and
I
then
know.
to see you suddenly smooch, I was a bit like,
You're like, no.
But Jack, I heard you were actually making sound effects when they
He
were on
was.
set, going like ooh ah.
He was under his breath going,
Yeah. Yeah.
get a bit of that Johnson.
yeah, he would say that. He goes, get a bit of that Johnson. I mean, just terrible. Terrible.
Some of it takes place underwater. How romantic is it kissing underwater? It looks beautiful, but is it in
I thought that scene
actuality?
was so
I thought
beautiful.
it was well done.
It was so beautiful watching it on the day. You can't see much.
Can't
I'll
see.
be
Okay.
honest. You cannot see anything. It's very murky. Our eyes were like lobster red by the end of shooting. We shot it for like 2 days, the whole tank sequence. It was beautiful to see it back, like done, because when you are underwater, you cannot see anything, and it was a bit scary at first. Because you really are trapped in this
Yeah.
thing.
Wow.
It was open on top, and
Okay.
but I couldn't see anything. So you'd hold your breath for as long as you could, and you go down with your goggles on, and they'd point out what you had to see, and you were like, okay, I think I have it. You take one more gasp on your respirator thing, and then you take it off, and suddenly you can't see anything, and you're kind of blindly trying to find the lever, and then when you're running out of breath, I would just kind of put my arms up, and people would reach down and just pull you out, because I couldn't see my way out.
So most romantic kiss ever.
Most romantic.
It's a testament to how
Yeah.
good they are as actors as well. That whole sequence had so much in it, and there was so much like nuance, and there was humour. It was romantic.
I
And to
did
do
love
all
the
that
bit where I
acting
pull your head and
underwater,
smash your head against
Yes.
the wall. It was
It was
so
fantastic.
funny.
It
I
was
love
so
that
good,
bit.
so funny.
When you first go going for a kiss, and I go,
No, like trust me, giving you air.
How was it on your end?
Horrible. No. What? Down in the water? Is that what you mean?
No, the kiss. She wants the kiss.
The water. We were talking about the
underwater
water.
kiss.
Well,
The water.
both.
Come on, she's a girl. She wants to.
Yeah.
Look, it was great. You know, those awesome. It was wonderful. What I liked about
Yeah,
that
the time
was
of his life. You know what I mean?
It was better. How
was
was
the
Jason
same.
Statham?
It's better me or Statham.
better kisser.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, like I kissed Jason.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Exactly. I was gonna
how
ask because
rumors
I
start.
know.
That's
Edgar,
it.
no.
Get into the outtakes. The outtakes. You haven't seen it yet.
I'm throwing Kevin in there. Between the three, who's the best?
Oh God, Emily. Emily by far. And she's taller than both of them too. So.
It's true.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Edgar, your
Yeah.
first Disney movie.
Yeah.
Seeing yourself in all of that glory on the big screen. I didn't hate this villain. I didn't hate him.
Of course not.
He's-
You feel for him. You understand him. I mean, it happens. I mean, things didn't work out, and then he crossed over to the dark side. I mean, haven't we all at some point? You know, I mean, and that's
Become
that's-
riddled with snakes.
and yeah, right.
At some point.
So, at some point, but no, I loved it. I love the whole experience, and as I said in other interviews, it's just very special. I mean, this is the most iconic entertainment universe in history, Disney, and just to be part of it, and to you know to be part of a movie that belongs to a legacy that has, in my opinion, I can speak, I'm sure, on behalf of a lot of people around the world. I mean, our taste and our love for cinema has been shaped by Disney in so many ways. So it is very special. It is very special
So
for
well
me.
said.
Yeah, and I'm sure that for many of us here and around the world, it's really special. I saw the movie 2 nights ago, and I went on Jungle Cruise on the ride for the first time 2 nights ago. And I love theme parks, and I love to be in Disney. I love to be here. It's since I was a kid. I mean, the first park that I visited was the one in Orlando, because I come from Venezuela, so more the East Coast. But being here at Disneyland is really special, and to have the premiere here, to be having this conversation here, is very iconic. I mean, I'm sure I will look back in 20, 30 years to this moment, and I will be very, very happy. Very proud.
That's
Well
a great
said,
answer.
right?
Well
Yeah.
said. And you do feel it being here. And I wanted to
Yeah.
ask all of you. I know you got to see some cool rooms behind the scenes that or rooms that people don't normally get to see. So did you all get to experience anything really cool, get brought behind the scenes here at Disneyland or at Disney World, and share what those things are?
Before we went into the movie, Emily and I had an opportunity to go to where the Hidden Imagineers all work. And that was
amazing.
really an amazing experience because it's in that building.
We saw the
Those
first map
really-
of Disneyland. Like we
Yeah,
saw
we
the
saw the
very
very
first like
first.
layout, and it was
Yes.
it was huge. Do you
And
know
it's
how
behind a
massive it was?
vault.
Yeah,
It's
they have
incredible.
it protected, and
Yeah.
it was really incredible just to see the craftsmanship and the care.
Yeah.
And the magic. It's like they want to kidnap you with magic and imagination, and that's all they do all day is conjure up extraordinary
Ideas.
ways to make
Yeah.
people feel
Wow.
joyful. It was beautiful.
And Edgar, as you were talking about, just how special this experience is, like it's once in a career if you get lucky, to have something like this. And when you're here, and especially I feel like when Disney does it right,
They
Yes.
do.
it is
They
a
get it
grand
right.
slam.
Unstoppable.
And
Yeah.
thankfully it feels like we did Jungle Cruise right, and it just where it hits on all those special, unique, one-of-a-kind Disney elements.
Did you really have Walt's picture in your trailer?
I did, as
throughout filming?
inspiration. I
Really?
have, yeah, and it's still there.
Wow.
It's a picture of Walt and his
me.
head, and Emily. Yes, because she's 87 years old.
Yeah, just a huge poster of me in here. It's a
Yes.
little bit strange, but
On the ceiling.
yeah.
There you
it's
are.
Just inspiration, I guess.
I have a really cool picture of Walt a few days before the park opened in 1955 in the Jungle Cruise in the boat with his lead engineer and lead Imagineer and engineer. It's a really, really cool picture, and that was the inspiration every day.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
the term, right? Imagineer. Isn't it
Right,
incredible?
isn't that great?
Just to have, just the terminology, just
Right.
to
Yes.
have, I mean, I'm sure that term was created here, Imagineer.
Yeah.
Yes.
To have just that tells you how remarkable and how iconic everything is. Just to have
Yeah.
Yes.
that word as part of a,
Yes.
you know, of the English language. Imagineer is a beautiful thing.
I know, Jack, you're a big Disney file. You're a big Disney fan even before this. Did you audition for Lion King? Is that true? Or you
Really?
No, I didn't think
You
I
auditioned
auditioned
for Lion King?
I did one of my stand-up shows. I ended with a Lion King musical that I put, a one-man Lion King musical that I put myself.
Wow.
Which is probably a copyright infringement, so I shouldn't say that. The Disney executives around. We changed some of the names of the characters. But yeah, I've always been obsessed with Disney. I loved the Disney movies. when I
Lion
was
King
growing
your
up.
favorite?
Lion King was my favorite.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd you love about Lion King?
I just think it's just got everything.
it perfect?
Hamlet with fur. It's just
Yes,
got depth and
totally.
great villainy and
songs
first
are
time I
so
probably cried.
amazing.
I'm still not really over the Mufasa thing, but oh god, it's coming
Don't,
back to me
don't,
now.
don't,
It's fine.
don't.
It's fine.
Hey,
He's
big
up there.
brother.
He's in the stars.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know, to what these guys have been saying, like the chance to be able to maybe create a film that's going to resonate with a new audience and be an iconic film for a new generation of Disney fans. Like, it's not lost on us the significance of that. Absolutely. And that, you know, was always what we were striving to try and achieve with Jungle Cruise. And I really think the finished product is something that is quite magical. And so hopefully there'll be, you know, kids watching it now and in 20 years' time still talking about it.
That's how it feels. It
Yeah.
feels like a throwback to the films that we loved growing up.
Absolutely.
It
Yes.
feels like a film that I've already watched it 3 times now, and it gets
you
better and better
really?
every
you.
single time I watch it. I think it's completely iconic instantly.
Thank you.
And I think that's a testament to all of you. Obviously, your chemistry, not just the two of you together,
All of us,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, it's
but
everybody.
all of you.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about, like, when do you know? When do you know?
I
Was it
knew
you
when I
met?
met him. Like, I think, you know, we had a dinner about 3 months before we started, once I was cast and involved. And the moment I met him, it was like we ping-ponged back and forth. The rapport was so instantaneous. And I think if you have that naturally with someone, and I knew we were going to have fun together, we laughed that whole time over dinner. We were already giving each other It was just,
Yeah.
it was great. And then I think if you have that, it does sort of by osmosis sort of carry into the screen. And I think if you have a natural ease with someone, then you can stretch those scenes around and they become really free-spirited and you can improv. And it's the same with Jack, who's just so ready to kind of come in guns blazing and just try anything. And we had this very trusting environment where you could throw anything against the
Wow.
wall. And it was fun to see what ended up sticking. But it was just, it was easy. And chemistry is so strange. It's such a strange thing.
Isn't
It's very
it? Yeah.
difficult to kind of talk about what it is, but I always feel chemistry is like, it's not this person and this person, it's the space between them, and that's chemistry. And the reason it's called chemistry is because there's so many components that come into whether it's there or not. And I think ultimately we all just had such ease with each other, such trust with each other. And we all have a very similar sense of humor, which is usually in the toilet. So it was great.
Which we've all been enjoying, you know, not
Good.
just within the movie,
Disney's
but
been loving it. The Disney execs are loving it.
so because I'm so confident there's going to be more and more and more of these films, sequels, where would each of you like to see this movie go? What is your dream scenario? Where are we showing up next time in the world?
I want to go to like Asia or
Asia?
something. Like, yeah.
It feels like it.
Yeah, that would be
Or
incredible.
the Thames.
Or the Thames.
DJ Mrs. Twickenham.
DJ loved London.
That's my spot.
Loved our home
Get back
country, didn't
down
he?
the Thames, film some of the jungle scenes in Richmond Park.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I'm
Perfect.
just putting that out
Edgar?
there into the world.
I mean, there's so many amazing rivers and around the world. Of course, you started with the one that is closest to my heart, which is the Amazon River, because I come from an Amazonian country, from Venezuela. and we're all very happy because it was beautiful. It's gorgeous. I hadn't been in awe watching a movie in a very long time, and I cannot believe. Yeah, because I can really pull myself out of the position as an actor and really watch the movie, and I was in awe. That scene. I don't know if I can we.
Yeah.
When I saw what you guys did in Hawaii, you guys in your boat, the submarine, and then what happens there in that bay,
so
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was watching because I wasn't there. I wasn't on that location. I was like, what is going on? I mean, like all the elements, and most of that was mechanical. It was not CGI, it was mechanical, it was made.
Yeah.
You know, because that is the thing. One of the things that I found so incredible about this film, and I get that question asked a lot because of, all the CGI involved in my character. I never saw the snakes, but I was on those sets, and every time we fought and whatever our scenes were,
we were there.
This was not that movie that we were surrounded by green screen and acting opposite a tennis ball. No, there were people there, and we were doing it. Those sets were built.
Yeah.
So the production design on this movie is incredible. It's like I love cinema, and this is the magic of cinema is so palpable in this movie that it's incredible. It is amazing. What you guys did in Kauai was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And of course it would be amazing to take that magic around the world to all the the most iconic rivers around the world, which also will.
The Nile could be amazing.
The Nile could be amazing.
Yeah.
The Nile could be amazing
Wow.
too.
Dwayne, I'll let you finish, and then also, was this film? I mean, if you want to answer, where would you like to see it go? And was this, because you were a producer on this film, seeing it come to fruition, was it like a dream come true? This is Disney; it's all about dreams.
This 100% was like a dream come true. The movie was a dream come. The finished product, yes, and finally after seeing it, you hope you make something good. You surround yourself with the best people in the business, the best crew, storytellers, and you cross your fingers, you put in the work. So we did deliver a great movie, but. And I've told this story before. When I first started in Hollywood with The Scorpion King, I went to go see my own movie, which was so surreal, and I saw a trailer for Pirates at that time with Johnny Depp, who was the biggest movie star in the world. And I was blown away, right? It's like Edgar was saying, when you get lost, when you're in the cinema and you just get so immersed in this. And I was so blown away by that trailer, and I thought, wow, if I have half the career that guy has, maybe one day I can be in a movie like this. It's based off an iconic Disney ride. So many years later, here we are. I have the best cast in the world, and we made a great movie based off an iconic Disney ride, and so it's been a dream come true.
Oh my gosh.
Illusion!
Torpedo.
Oh my